There we go, we're recording.
So, fifth, I think, session of our Band of Blades campaign. And this time we have only 2 missions to choose from, which means we will engage with both, as we know from the system. We address one directly and play through it, and the other one we leave down to dice and some poor NPCs who might get wrecked like they did last time. And those two are, I'm showing them to you now on roll 20. So we have the corpse glade and the chosen fire as options. So over to you, Commander Zakharov, was it?
Okay, we're doing Chosen Fire and we're rolling for Corpse Glade. Okay, dealt with.
Okay. So do you want to give a brief of the one that we're doing?
Yeah, okay, so the reason I've gone for Chosen Fire, guys, is Chosen Fire is there's one of those crows, you know, the sort of plague doctor-y looking undead, which wears a white mask with a bloody red handprint, which has been nicknamed like the Doctor because it experiments on undead and stuff. And it's trying to set up a laboratory in the plains to manufacture more hideous types of undead. The mission is to stop them from setting up a laboratory, and if we get a chance, kill this crow called the Doctor. The other mission is called Corpse Glade, and it's basically riding out with Lady Saga and her sort of like horse troops, and trying to destroy like a ritual site. So the reason I'm saying we go for the Chosen Fire is because the mission there, we don't actually have to kill all the undead. We literally have to stop them from setting up a laboratory. So I'm thinking load up on black powder and oil and as much stuff as we can. Then just like hit the laboratory site hard, destroy everything we can, and then GTFO. Because at the minute we are strapped when it comes to like able-bodied personnel.
Yep.
So I don't think we can really afford to have like a sort of blow for blow slugfest with like a horde of undead.
Blowout.
So that's why I've gone for Chosen Fire. They both have fairly similar rewards. If we complete Chosen Fire, we get +4 morale. If we lose it, we lose 1 supply. If we complete Corpse Glade successfully, we get +3 morale. If we lose that, we get +1 time. So obviously we want to succeed on both of them if we can to get our morale up.
We need to succeed on both.
Yeah, but I think the one we're more likely to succeed at playing is Chosen Fire.
Okay.
Now I will highlight the chosen fire in that the Doctor is one of there's different categories of these more notable undead, and the Doctor is an infamous crow, which is the lowest of the sort of named creatures that you have encountered. So it will have like there will be rather heavy undead presence there.
Yeah, I mean the reason I'm like I said the reason I'm suggesting going for that is because we don't have to kill all the undead to complete the mission. We just have to like stop them setting up a laboratory. So if we like destroy whatever supplies they use and set up the laboratory, and like maybe take out a few undead and get out, then we've still succeeded in the mission, even if we don't like face the Doctor down, because it says if possible kill him.
Yeah.
But if it's not possible, we don't have to kill him to succeed in the mission.
Yeah. Obviously, that will leave the Doctor about to do whatever.
But to be honest, I'm thinking if we in the unlikely event we get the chance at the minute, great. But at the minute we're really pressed for resources, so I'm like, let's just stop the laboratory, hopefully regather our strength, and then perhaps further down the line when we've got like more able-bodied men, we can like deal with him in a more permanent fashion.
Yep.
Quartermaster's got no arguments with your plan, but is going to point out that our supplies are very low and we are going to be starving next session if we don't get some more stuff in to eat.
Oh, lovely.
On the other hand, we have got some horses and a couple of uses of black shot left.
Could we eat the horses? I mean, could we...
I think, theoretically, but we could also eat those people that you've been looking after. So let's not get into
No, I wasn't
can eat.
suggesting
Let's get some more food instead.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of these missions grant supply when you succeed on them
Just,
because they're both at
I'm
side
aware
missions.
of that.
I wouldn't suggest eating some of these guys. They've been
We
corrupted.
need supplies like big styly
Yeah.
soon, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
aware we can't get them right now.
well, my
We need them
plan is, if possible, to like move on from this location, like straight away after we've done these missions, and hopefully get somewhere where we can get the Mo supply.
I will tell you that. Oh, we didn't talk about the special rules for the planes, I don't think. So for Sunstrider Camp, where we are now, the special rule is because of the presence of the horse lady Jaga, which like she's the one that runs the place and fights the war on the plains against the undead. She has basically an army on horseback. So if you want to get horses, you get 2 dice extra to try and get them here. However, I will highlight that if you move on to a different location, well, I know, John, you've been talking about the cities of West and East Lake.
Yeah.
So the forest is going to be different. But if we move on to the cities, those are places where you can do any mission, I think.
That's it. That's
everything's
why
available.
That's why I want to get to Westlake so we can restock our provisions there. So I want to like put Sunstrider Camp like behind us as soon as we can. Get down to Westlake, then we can like hopefully hit some supply missions, stay there for like 1 or 2 turns, restock, and then decide how we're going to push on.
Yeah. And to highlight that as well, I know that we blew through first clock with the quickness, but given the amount of horses you have, I think you're pretty good, because there's not, if you go the sort of southern route, there's not a lot of places. Well, I guess, yeah, there's a handful of places to go, and if you use your horses to mitigate the potential increases in pressure, you're pretty good for time in that instance. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you get to a place where you think you could pick up some stuff that you want,
Yeah,
you probably have the time.
Yeah,
you could probably hang it around for a bit.
Yeah, that's certainly my plan. As we like hung around in Plainsworth for a bit, my plan is to do the same in Westlake.
Yeah,
because hopefully we can like restock, and then once we've got our stores back up and a morale and whatnot, and maybe if we're lucky, get a special.
What I'm saying is that an army marches on its stomach, and ours is only going to be marching for about a week.
Yeah.
Yep. So, in order to try and remedy some of this tragedy here of us eating our boots and saddles, we're gonna go and get now. So these missions aren't just a result of your being proactive. The opening scenes are of the horse lady Chaga coming to you as you're camped at Sunstrider Camp, her place. She comes over with a bunch of her riders. She's, I think, a middle-aged woman with a fairly long braided bundle of hair just hanging out the back of her head, looking extremely tired, and so do her riders. And you, the 3 of you, probably retire to the commander's tent to discuss things, because you are obviously an asset. You are capable, as opposed to a bunch of the peasants that come here every time there's the caravan passes, refugees from the west. And Chaga gives you intel. She doesn't mandate that you do these things, but she tells you as best as she knows about what's going on in the plains and where you could help. And these 2 are things you could do. There's more for you to do if you want to, but these are the most immediate threats. We talked about last time how there's some bandits and other weird things going on up in the mountains, but we'll see about that. And if you move on to Westlake, that will be none of your concern. But Chaga leaves you to plan your your missions here, and I think your planning is interrupted at one point when Marshall, please start going through who you're sending where.
Yep. Okay.
And as the marshal is getting the troops in order, you are interrupted by one of these Sunstrider riders who comes over to fetch the commander, at least, to get to basically the edge of the Sunstrider camp. And there is on the ground, pierced by several arrows and also now beheaded. Let me check this. Kuja Pashwa, who was a Barton rookie in the Grinning Ravens at the Wall in Plainsworth. Kuja's body has been defiled by the Blighter and made its way here. And on Kuja's chest, pinned with what seems to be a dagger of some kind, there is a note with flowing, elegant handwriting.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is addressed to the Legion, which is why you've been fetched there, Commander, to look upon this defiled former rookie who's now dead for real, being decapitated and destroyed by the guards. And the little note says, "To the Legion, my congratulations on your successful retreat. And the guard has brought you over, and you can sense, Zakharov, that there's an element of like, do you have friends who deal in undeath, or what is this? Like, there's some hands on pommels here."
I'll explain to them. I'll say this is clearly an insult by one of the broken, designed to prompt us into rash retaliation action, so that they can take the rest of our men. However, if they think that killing a Bartonese rookie and sending him back in this manner is going to cause me to stray from my course, then they don't know me very well at all. If I thought it would serve the greater good by us riding out and combating, there is not a force in this world that would prevent me from doing so. However, I am not the commander, so that I can give in to my own petty lust for vengeance at the expense of the rest of the Legion. When I accepted the reins of being the commander of the Legion, I accepted that I would have to put aside my own personal feelings for the good of my men.
Yeah, the Sunstrider riders start to relax a bit, and then it's like, well, he's yours, so at the very least, get him off.
Yeah, I'll have the body taken away and burnt.
Yep.
I will do it as quietly as I can. I'd recommend, Commander. We don't want the men hearing of this.
No, I think the opposite. I want to show them that body. I've got no secrets from the Legion. I'm going to show them the letter, and I'm going to be like, this is what's going to happen to all of us if we fail. So those of you, so I'll sort of like show it to the men. I'll be like hold the letter up. Those of you who think that perhaps there's a better way than retreating to Skydagger Keep, who think that maybe they can desert or find an alternate way, this, and I'll point down at the body, this is what waits for you. Our choices are to reach Skydagger Keep, where we can at least sell our lives dearly and die like men, or we come back like this poor soul here, and we become playthings for the broken and the Cinder King. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd rather die with a sword in my hand like a man than spend thousands of years lingering around as some rotting, fetid corpse at the beck and call of the Cinder King.
Yeah.
I have spoken.
Yeah.
Well said.
And yeah, people are nodding along. However, there is, as you've made ample note, and so have the other officers of the Legion, there is a shadow that hangs over the men. They are still like the defeat at Plainsworth is still weighing everyone down. So while everyone is on board with what you're saying, people are kind of morose.
They're on edge.
There's no great cheer of like defiance or anything. It's sort of like everyone's trying to steel themselves. Whether or not it's working, hard to say.
We need this win.
And with that stirring speech, and probably the offending letter being cast into a fire to burn.
No, I'm actually going to keep the letter.
Ah,
I'm gonna keep it. I'm obviously going to make sure it's got no like poison on it or any bullshit like that.
No.
But
no, it seems just parchment.
I'm gonna keep on like my campaign desk or whatever like passes for in like our sort of command tent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like pin that letter up to the command tent so like it's the first thing you see when you come in, because then if any of us ever doubt the reason why we're trying to fight and why we're trying to get the Legion out, all we have to do is look at that letter to know what awaits us if we don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are collecting mementos of this.
Indeed, this is a debt that I hope one day to repay the Cinder King, but as I said earlier, I have to put my personal feelings aside for the good of the Legion for the moment.
And with that, we move on to doing the missions. So let's see. Let me get the reference out here. Okay, so we have picked the primary mission, which is the Chosen Fire. We are going to assault the Doctor's convoy on the plains in an attempt to destroy mostly the immaterial. The material, exactly the opposite. So the materials for the laboratory, whatever those might be, you don't exactly know, but it's a case of destroying equipment, more or less. Good. Marshall, please let us know who is going. As far as specialists go, it's an assault mission, so you can tell on your sheet probably what you need to send.
I have come to a decision.
The specialists and the squad that attend this mission.
So the primary mission will have the Kingfisher as the heavy. He's going to lead this mission. It seems like his expertise will be needed. I will be sending the Star Vipers. This is to account for possibly some weird things this Doctor may have up their sleeve and may be able to assist. I'm going to also say one of the members of Star Vipers is a soldier, and that will be played by somebody on this team. In a second. Do I send a rookie?
Well, you're sending the squad either way.
Yeah.
But I guess the question you're asking is, are you having someone play a rookie?
No, that's what I mean. Like, we're doing.
Yeah, because you have one specialist now. Everyone else will play the Star Vipers.
I've got to try and not risk. Yeah, so someone else will play a rookie.
All right. So who's in charge of the mission? I.e., playing the Kingfisher Knight.
Kingfisher is going to be played by Hannah this time. I will take up the soldier. Makati Wilbur and John will have a new rookie he gets to make up and enjoy. Oh no, he gets to he gets to select one of the names out of the list and make his own rookie.
So John, in the folder Rookies and Soldiers, under Star Vipers, you can select from the Marquis, the Viscount, the Baronet, and the Vermilion Stargazing Scythe. You can choose one of those.
You know it's going to be Vermilion Stargazing Scythe. How could I not with a name like that?
It's a hell of a name.
Yeah. So Yeah,
For
you
the
can
second-
create that person. I presume with the marshal's permission.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
What
'cause the
what
sheet is
um
new.
what ethnicity are the
That's a Panyar name.
Panya?
That's yeah. I've tried to at least stick to the naming convention so it's easy to identify what's what. That's why the Kingfisher threw me off originally
Yeah.
because obviously it's a title rather than
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And for the secondary mission, I will be sending Rain Deadeye for the assault, and he will be leading the Silver Stags,
Okay.
which I will name up.
So rookies 1 through 5
Yeah.
of varying heritages.
I don't have a lot of available like
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah, because people have been battered. The grinning ravens got stomped at the wall.
Mashed.
Yeah, gravy.
My real issue this session it was whether to send the medic, but I just don't want to risk another specialist at the moment. I need to think: can we survive this session on minimal specialists?
Quick question.
Yeah.
One of the Panyar traits says you can have up to 4 rig. What does that mean?
Otherwise, you can have up to 3.
Yeah.
So rig is building stuff.
Okay.
So it's increasing your maximum. So if you wanted to, you could pick that one, and then from your 4 points that you get to spend on action ratings, you could max out rig if you wanted to be MacGyver level.
Okay.
Except you're building like catapults out of matchboxes.
Right. Okay. I'm going for special abilities. The Devil's Own Luck. I get +1 dice to all resistance rolls.
Ooh, that is
It's tasty.
yeah, that is spicy.
And then I'm gonna because I get to pick one of the Panyar traits, I believe.
2.
2 is it?
2. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take Traveller, so I'm fast and quiet with a normal load. And I'm going to take Marked, so I get +2 dice to resist corruption.
Yeah, and please pick an animal trait because you're from the first of Panya, where that sort of thing happens.
Okay, so animal traits. I'm going to say that he has cat's eyes.
Very cool. Hence the stargazing.
That's it. Now I just need to deal with my poor stats.
You can spend 4 points on your
Yeah.
action ratings.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so just as a FYI, this soldier is the one that has the cavalry feature.
Yeah.
So we
Yep,
all
so-
have.
We're going in with horses this time.
Can I just check, since does anyone else going on this mission have a decent ability in wreck, since we are trying to wreck something as the
Yeah, wreck
Central
is
focus
literally
of the
the
mission.
thing that this
Yeah.
mission is about.
because if not, I will put Mo points in it.
I have 1 wreck
I've
as
got-
a soldier.
Yeah, I've got a 1 dice on it.
Right, okay. And what's the highest you can buy with your start? Is it
3,
Three.
I think.
okay?
I might be wrong, but we don't care. Vermilion Stargazing side can be the wrecker.
Yeah, so I've gone for 1 scout, 3 wreck, 2 shoot, and 1 consort.
Yep.
Boom. That was.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna. Let's see.
So if you have your sheets, you can select your load and pick your various items. Now, Quartermaster, I think no one else... Yeah, the Quartermaster has some resources that we might want to spend, whether or not that's entirely up to you. I think we do have some black shot and some religious supplies, if we want to spend them. We don't have to. If we spend black shot, by the way, we will get 1 additional die on the engagement roll.
I'll
the
say
start.
it might
Black
be.
shot it is.
It might be worth us taking black shot on the primary mission, because like with only the 2, I'm going to need to put at least 1 of those into supplies.
Can I provide them with horses?
Yeah,
too.
and that is a function of the soldier Makati Wilbur of the Star Vipers having an ability called cavalry. Is it? So he is a cavalryman, which means if you have any horses at all as a quartermaster, you can automatically have everyone going on the mission on horseback, and you will get +1 to maneuver because you're on horses, and they don't expend your horses at all. You just like extra horses that they can have. So
Yeah,
you don't
Makati
need to,
used to be as a cattle rancher before he joined the Legion, so he knows his horses.
yeah. And I want to highlight that you don't need to spend horses at all. You will just get them for free because of Makati being.
Okay, so if I spend 1 point of black shot,
Yeah. Everyone
and
gets
we
them.
are intending to go and try and take down a fairly big bad undead.
Yeah.
So it would seem stupid not to also provide everyone with the religious supplies,
Yeah. The
talisman things.
yeah, you're going up against an infamous minion of the Blighter, which that tends to mean that there's going to be some corruption coming our way.
I'm going to point out that that's mo of our supplies gone.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the best shot we're going to have at completing the mission.
I'm thinking heavy load for this mission.
Right, I've gone for normal load in case I need to do any scouting, because one of my Panyard traits is I'm very fast and quiet as long as I've only got a normal load.
I'm thinking heavy because we might have to do a hit and run, and those things we've encountered the Blighter previously. There's been a lot of like acidy stuff going on.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It makes sense for you guys. Whereas for me, all the heavy gets me is armor and a shield. So rather than that, I've stacked myself with like resistance modifiers.
Yes. What? Okay, so what is the benefit of bringing a medic kit if you're not like a
medic kit?
Yeah, as a soldier, I can bring a medic kit.
Yeah, it's in the utility.
Let me look it up.
Like if you're not actually, it
will probably give you an extra on something.
I'm just seeing if
I
that's worth it.
suspect that much like how you can get black shot even though you can't carry a weapon that can shoot it, it's intended to be passed to another character that can use it. Or for when your soldier gets a specialist skill and they take doctor. Because there's limited uses on the medical kit, aren't there?
Can I suggest for the Kingfisher Knight that for one of your utility things you take a wrecking kit and pass it to me? Because as a rookie, I don't have the ability to carry a wrecking kit. Well, I don't start with the ability to have one. But I've got like 3 dice for like getting my wreckety wreck on.
Yep, done.
So the medic kit says antiseptic, slings, sutures, poultices, gauze. Spend for special armor against disease and wound complications. 3 uses. So if someone gets sliced with a sword, you could be there with the medic kit being like, I'll help you, and you can mitigate by 1.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to take
triage.
it. Because as a heavy load, I get 3 utilities, but I've also got all the stuff from the quartermaster. I am loaded, baby.
Is that a function of your special stuff?
No, it's the load thing. So when you take a heavy load as a soldier, you get an extra utility.
Yeah. So it's a soldier thing. Yeah.
So
also, a point for the marshal going forward. It's not necessarily always the best play to have all soldiers graduate to specialists. I know that we're not nearly there yet, but it's a thing that you might want to consider. Like, let some soldiers be really good soldiers. They're pretty tasty on their own as well, and they don't need to graduate into specialist roles. But we'll get into all that when we're under threat of that happening, if we survive. So everyone has their load done, I presume. So make sure that you picked black shot, 2 boxes for free, and then the 3 dots. Same for reliquary. You get that because the quartermaster is handing out the good stuff. And then you get to pick 2 more boxes.
We going heavy or normal load?
I've gone normal.
I've gone heavy.
Yeah, I've gone normal because I can move quicker. I suggest you guys go heavy. I mean, the Kingfisher Knight's like made to be heavy.
If you want to take something else that's not the wrecking kit, Hannah, you can, because I can actually take a wrecking kit as well for free. I believe.
I suspect that the most stuff we have that goes boom, the better.
Okay, I'll take an extra
I
wrecking
get
kit.
the fine wrecking kit as a heavy.
Yeah.
So, do we need supplies?
We have the rookie has a stack of them.
Yeah,
I've
got a load of supplies and I've got a cooking kit
so
and
I
fresh
may
food
as well,
well.
take the extra wrecking kit.
Yeah.
And oil.
I also have oil. I'm thinking a bit of a gunpowder oil Molotov cocktail combo.
I want a gun that I can shoot that black shot with, but there isn't one on my list.
Yeah, we might not have extras this time.
Yeah, see, I have a musket, but it's literally the only weapon I've got.
Well, you can carry the extra.
It's just a really odd little glitch of the game that the heavy fighter doesn't get a ranged weapon.
No, yeah,
other
it's
than
literally
the flare gun.
Yeah, you're supposed to be the bulwark, and
I could give you a pistol.
No, it's all good. Keep your pistol. You'll need it.
I don't have one now, but I could change it around to get a pistol and then hand that to you.
Tell you what, you take a pistol. Give me the pistol. I'll pass my musket on to the Kingfisher Knight.
It's not like I can use it anyway. This character's got no shoot.
Oh, in which case you're not having a musket.
It's just odd.
That's because you're all about heavy armor and shields and
commenting
swords.
on the strangeness of the system. Sorry, I'm wondering what else to take. I've got an extra wrecking kit. Oil. Oil's probably good.
Yes.
If we want to start fires, it's my desire.
Cool. I'm all set.
Fire in the disco.
Yeah. Fire in the
Taco Bell.
I think I'm going to pretty much reuse Standing Greycliff's plan from the Forge, which is we get in as close as we can, as quietly as we can. As soon as we're spotted, we charge, we explode everything we can, and then we fuck off as quick as we can.
I was thinking more along the lines of we get within range of being able to throw a lot of oil and shoot a lot to ignite it. We do so, and then we run.
That also sounds good if you're equipped to set it up.
And so it begins.
Yep. So our soldier has fallen, hopefully momentarily. Here we go.
Oh, I'm back. Thank.
He is.
Oh, classic Matthew.
Oh, I'm back. Thank.
Oh, my computer keeps cutting. And thus do I see the victory of the Legion disintegrating before my eyes.
Oh boy. Yeah, what we need is for the quartermaster to have a steady supply of broadband.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my utility load doesn't allow me to take like a better internet connection that I could then go, oh, there you go, Matthew's character, have this.
Come on. Yes. Fuck.
Praise be to the Omnissiah.
Machine spirits have spoken. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for, because last time you...
Yeah, I said like 2 words.
Yeah, last time you were like, oh, I'm back at...
This. We're going to survive, guys. We're going to do the mission.
Okay, Marshall, engagement roll times.
What? How many dice do we have? So I've got the correct people on the mission.
So yeah, we have the correct people. Everyone's a legionnaire.
Yep.
We don't have intel to spend.
Unfortunately not.
We have black shot, so 2 dice.
Yeah.
Is anyone wounded? Does anyone have wounds?
I don't believe so.
If
John's
not,
a new character.
Yeah.
This soldier's never been played. He
yeah,
got promoted.
I know. Like the Star Vipers are fresh and so
Ish.
clean. I gotta get all my music references in.
Yeah.
Fresh as a summer breeze.
So yeah, we have the luxury of 2 dice
Okay.
yet again.
And the horses, they don't.
It's
a maneuver.
like a real like live action thing.
Yeah. Black shot. Number of dice 2.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. So we're starting off with risky. So yeah, the plan was let's get as close as possible, and then let's go do the thing. We're trying to break the targets, which is some kind of equipment, presumably, and we're gonna try and do that. Focus on that, get it done, and then gallop.
I was under the
away.
impression we were talking about like a wagon train here.
Yeah, it's a convoy.
Effectively.
Yeah.
So we're effectively going in to raid a wagon train.
Yeah.
The most important thing is to destroy what they're transporting that equipment on in our first attack.
Yeah, so I think raiding, we like rain down fire and oil on the like wagon, set it all ablaze, retreat to a safe distance. Anyone who like comes out of the flames, we snap off a few pot shots, stay long enough to ensure the fires like burnt everything, and then we just get out.
So you are being accompanied by a fairly small group of horse lady Chaga's riders, because they know that this is going to be a place where a lot of the undead are. So you can probably use some help, because 6 people against the undead isn't going to necessarily be pretty on a straight up assault. So yeah, let's say there's 5 plains riders with you who will basically run interference, because you have the plan, you have the equipment, they don't. So they will try and distract them a bit, harry them. Right, so we have risky as our starting position, and yeah, so the plains we have been riding. Now, Kingfisher Knight, what time of day does this raid take place?
Again, I'd probably prefer to attack in the daytime, just so we can see them as well as they can see us.
Yeah. So, day on the plains, the sun is high. It is, in fact, high noon. And we encounter, you can see it from quite a distance away, because this is the plains. There is a convoy of the undead with several wagons that you can see, and some more open platforms being carted around, pushed. You don't quite know from the distance, but as you get close, it becomes clear that there's sort of there's a handful of what you would say are just wagon cars, whatever you call them, and then there's 3 larger sort of moving platforms with several sets of wheels on them, and these are being pushed along by rotters, as are they have no animals doing this, so everything's being pushed forward by rotters. And yeah, from
can
your
we
approach,
see the path that they're intending to take?
I would say so, yeah.
Do the horse folk know if there's a good spot for an ambush further along that path?
We shall see. I will consult the dice. Okay. It's not terribly good odds, but here we go. Yeah, it's all plains. There's not like appreciable features around here that could be used for that kind of thing. So yeah, basically, no.
Okay, so in which case the plan for them to be a distraction in one direction and us come in from the other.
Yep.
Yeah. Basically pick a side and we'll take the other one. I want them a good distance away from the wagon train. I want them trying to pull a few of the warriors from the wagon train away from it and take them that way so we can come up from the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to jump right in because that's what the engagement role does. So you are riding in on this convoy. Now, you can tell there's several dozen rotters around, the shambling, rotting corpses that the blighter and her minions create, clad in what seems to be fairly good quality armor, which is yet again a little bit disconcerting that the blighter is pulling out a good amount of resources to just have the rotters be equipped. They have good quality weapons, not destroyed armor, which is to say, like, they actually have good armor on, at least like passable. Additionally, you can spot around as you ride in. You can take all, because it's the plains, right? So you can see pretty much everyone that you're riding up against. There's about 10 crows directing the various rotters, as you've known them to do, pushing these carts around, pushing these platforms around. Among the rotters, you can spot a handful of, you haven't seen these before, a little bit bigger rotters. They're sort of a little bit taller and a whole lot wider, sort of bloated bodies pushing these carts and platforms as well. The main difference is that they're not rotting so much on the outside, and their eyes, ears, and mouths seem to have been sutured shut for whatever foul reason. And you can see at the head of the convoy the size of a small house, a horror sewn together from you think maybe 20 people. It doesn't have legs at all. It has two appendages formed of torsos, no heads, and arms, which act as sort of giant many-toed feet. And on top of this blasphemy of flesh rides the doctor. There's a crow, neat black leather overcoat, stark white plague doctor mask with a bloody handprint on it, and the doctor is directing the whole convoy from the front atop this horror. So this is what you have, and on these platforms you spot your prize. Now there's obviously these smaller carts around as well, but you spot on your approach what you think are probably the things that you want to strike at the most. So I'm going to put down a couple of clocks here to represent which bits you've destroyed. So we first have, let me actually get this on there. So we have alchemical materials. So you spot vast glass tanks partially encased in copper plating and protective materials. You can see dark green liquid sloshing inside these sort of human-sized tanks, which are there's multiple rows on one of these bigger
glass tanks of potentially dangerous chemicals.
Yes.
That sounds like it needs a flare in the middle of it.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad time, is what it does sound like. And then we have, I'm going to be moving this around a bit, I think, but for now, let's just put it in there. Experimental subjects. Now, one of these platforms is basically a big cage on top of a wooden platform being pushed along, on wheels being pushed along by rotters. You can see the sort of folk that you've been having at Sunstrider Camp. They've been picking up refugees, villagers on the way. Some of them look dead inside this one big cage. It's one detention platform for everyone they've come across, and some of them look dead inside there, and some of them very much alive. There's probably a couple dozen people there at the moment, moving about, being alive.
Horrific as it is, we can't really afford to try and save those people, because odds are there are some experiments in there that people don't even know they are. I would sooner see that entire thing up in flames if possible. I definitely don't want it to be allowed to continue, but I don't think we can waste time trying to rescue people.
Well, you're the commander, Kingfisher Knight, so what you say goes.
So, Objective 1, we destroy the alchemical equipment. Objective 2, we destroy that pile of meat in the meat wagon in such a way that they can't get at it. If we end up with a load of cowering women, we'll worry about that when it happens. I'm not suggesting we outright murder those people, but if the wagon burns with them in, I'm not going to cry. Objective 3, fight that
Objective 3, I think.
big scary gribbly thing he's got and kill him.
There's a third platform with equipment, which is the laboratory equipment clock, which is the instrumentation. There's tables, there's things you don't know the name of, alchemical vats, sort of distillation machines, lots of pipes, very delicate looking, but there's a lot of it, which is why the clock is a little bit bigger. It's not to represent that they're tougher, not the case at all. It's just that there's a whole bunch of it there. So those are the platforms in the sort of middle of the convoy being pushed along by these rotters. Yeah. And so the rotters not really moving, there's no guard as such around the convoy, because everyone is needed to push because they don't have any beasts of burden. So you assault, and the primary objective has been laid out by the Kingfisher Knight. Get the alchemical materials. You're muted, Hannah.
Make them go boom boom.
Hannah, you're muted.
You're muted, Hannah.
Sorry, we're going to try and shoot that one from a short distance with the flare gun, and then see where we are after that.
So we ride in, doing a move such as you've established with horse folk. You're riding straight in. You can see the crows stopping what they were doing and pointing towards you as you ride in. And let's get a roll going. So you're leading the Star Vipers in towards the alchemical materials platform, and you're pulling out your flare gun. Give us a roll of some kind to...
I was going to say, if you don't object, Commander, I was going to suggest that I throw a couple of my containers of oil onto it, and then you fire your flare gun, because that'll ignite the oil as well. And
I'm assuming that the flare gun's got a bigger range than you have for throwing jars of oil, but yeah, if we're that close, go for it.
I mean,
Does that give me an assist roll, or?
We can do it separately as
In
well.
fact, I suspect that you may be better at this than me because you're good at wrecking, so I'm going to give you the flare gun.
Well, if you're sure, Commander, I do know how to. I've not used one of these before, but I do know.
That wagon needs a flare in it right now.
Yes, of course, Commander. And I'll sort of like,
A time has come. Vermilion stargazing safe.
I'm gonna sort of, with my cat-like eyes, I'm gonna peer down the sort of end of the flare gun, then sort of extend my arm, making sure it stays lined up. And as we gallop in, I'm going to try and sort of like remain as stable on my horse as I can. Yep. And when I think we've got, obviously I'd have chatted to the Kingfisher Knight about what the range of this bad boy is, then I'm going to have a look using like my elite wrecking skills. I'm going to basically look. You said those protective materials on like the
but not armor. It's just like the vast like glass container. There's some metal around it so that it doesn't break immediately.
Yeah, I'm basically looking for a place where I think like the armored material might be weakest, or like the sort of central mass of it, where I think I can do most damage basically. And I'm going to fire the flare gun into it.
Right. Give us a roll.
Let me get that wreck on, and I'm going to push myself. And we're risky, aren't we?
Yeah. As a result of the engagement.
Yeah. Skidoosh.
Yeah. And you do. And I think probably we're gonna add on, which we didn't talk about. That's on me, but because you're using a very applicable thing for this, so we're gonna go with Glade effect. So I've ticked the alchemical materials 3 times, so it's halfway destroyed. So several of the big vats. There's a chain reaction when you shoot the flare in one of these. It lights up one of these canisters, which like the glass starts shattering all across it, and there's a vast amount of, you think, sort of, because it's liquid inside, but as it spills out of the hole that you just did, there's a green fire, as well as the liquid turning into gas as it's exposed to air. And there's on that side of the wagon, you get the sort of like the glass cracks here, the gas, formerly liquid, spills out, lights on fire, starts cracking the glass on the second one. There's a sort of like, and one side of the platform is now on green flames as a result of your good shot. And there's other canisters, but
in case there's any poisonous fumes, I'm going to sort of pull my bandana up like over my nose to like shield myself as best as I can.
Yeah, this is going to be a thing here if the alchemicals go off, because they're bad times. So you did good. The alchemicals are halfway gone. Now, Kingfisher or Makati, however you want to get on this. This is you approaching. There's probably some distance because you used the gun instead of throwing oil, so you're not quite on their skin yet. So, what do you want to do, Kingfisher? Also, Kingfisher, keep in mind that you can command the squad, the bunch of NPCs here as well.
Okay, I want the rest of the squad shooting as many dead things as they can see.
Right.
Especially those in Plague Doctor masks.
Right. Good. Yeah, they will do. What does
I myself will be throwing some oil on that alchemical fire.
That sounds like a great plan. All right, so yeah, give us a roll for the oil action on the alchemicals platform.
Skirmish?
Yeah, if you're riding in, chopping heads off. Yeah.
Oh,
which you will be there though. Like the danger is being there.
Just bear in mind, if you use maneuver in this mission, you do get a bonus.
Yeah, you get +1 dice to maneuver if you want to maneuver.
Are we still risky?
Yeah, we're for the moment we are risky. Yeah.
So, what would the difference be between my normal 3 skirmish and 3 of maneuver? Because I've got 2 plus 1.
I would say
Is there a
that
difference?
if you're skirmishing, you're not moving away, which is what the maneuver would be. A maneuver, I would say, in this instance, would be you riding in, throw the thing, and then right off. Just coming in with the oil, toss the oil right off, right away. Okay. So you do it, you toss oil on there, and it feeds the fire. I've ticked it 2 more times. It's almost gone. However, you're exposed to the gas. There's an increasingly thick miasma spilling from the alchemicals platform, and you are exposed to 2 corruption as a result. Now, you can resist that with resolve. If you want to drop it by 1.
I can try.
Yep. You can also you can use a reliquary to lessen it.
What is it first? It's best to roll first and then decide, because you might not need to. That's what we did last time.
Yeah, we fucked it up last time. Is what we did.
Right. Yes, I will use the reliquary. I've got fuck all resolve.
Yeah. Well, that sounds sensible. So mark off 2 reliquary if you want to resist both of them. So your reliquary turns blackened as you ride away. Makati Wilbur,
Yarp.
the horseman of the hour.
The horseman, ex-rancher, found himself working for the Legion. So our primary mission looks like it's complete.
Well, you've got one of the 3 platforms almost dead or gone. There's 2 more.
2 more.
The experimental subjects, the cage where people are, and then we have the laboratory equipment.
Does laboratory equipment look like it's like a collection of liquids and gases as well?
It's more like the equipment. It's not the materials.
And these experiments were people. They're not.
Yeah,
they're
the experimental subjects are people inside like a large holding cage on one of the platforms.
Was the objective to free them, or was it just destroy them? Just to confirm. with the command with the
well I'm happy to tell you that the Kingfisher Knight is not there to answer your question as you think about this, because the Kingfisher Knight is firebombing the alchemical station. And the rest of the Star Vipers are shooting rotters that are trying to take swipes at you.
Yeah, work it out yourself, rookie.
Soldier, damn it. I've got to try and stop though. I don't actually have anything that could... I didn't hear what you said there, John.
I'm a real boy.
Real boy. Okay. Do I have any? Do I have is the big thing coming this way, or is it still?
The Doctor and the Doctor's horror are not here yet. They turned around, and the Doctor seems to be assessing the situation.
Right. Okay. So they're not an issue just yet.
No. Well, soon, maybe. You think the horror is the size of a small house, so.
Yeah, I'm going to use my wrecking kit with my wreck to attempt to set ablaze this second thing.
Which one?
The equipment one.
Okay. Right. So I guess because there's a lot of stuff in your wrecking kit. You have crowbars, you probably have hammers, chisels, that kind of thing. You also have some alchemicals, which is just like the fire starting kits, that kind of thing. So what are you doing there's the platform. It was, until it's stationary now, it was being pushed by, let's say, 8 rotters who have now turned to other duties. what do you do as you ride in to try and sabotage the equipment?
So
It's
I come in
just
with
a wooden platform with tables, distilling machines, some kind of metal tanks.
is the actual platform wooden though? The actual
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's a wooden platform with some wheels on it.
So I've basically taped together a bunch of the alchemicals to make like a dirty,
Yeah.
a low grade dirty bomb,
Mhm.
ready to go. And I'm gonna chuck that onto the thing and then shoot it to ignite it.
Sounds good. Give us a roll.
So can I use shoot in that case? Or would
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, it sounds because you're shooting it. You're literally
Okay.
shooting it. So
I'm gonna use shoot.
John's pushing it to the limit, I think.
I'm gonna push it. I was getting to that. I was just
Push it real good.
So is this risky still? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Okay, standard effect and this. Otherwise,
Yeah.
and a bonus dice because I pushed it. Come on! Oh, I'm shit.
No, you.
Ah, I am the weak
So-
link in this team. I am the flubber of worlds. Oh God.
So Wilbur, you
lay
ride
it
in.
on me.
You're strapping together using probably like a scarf. You're putting together like these two alchemical things, and you're like, yeah, that seems good. And you're rearing back to toss it onto the platform when you get snatched off from your horse by a crow that had jumped by you. Basically, the crow, you're riding this way. The crow jumps here, grabs you by the arm, drags you down. Unless you want to resist that. Would you
I
like
will
to
attempt.
resist that?
I would like to resist.
Yes. So prowess in this case.
Yes. Will the character sheet take into account that I have a heritage that gives me a prowess resist?
I think it does.
Okay.
I seem to remember testing that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you do it. So what happens is you're missing a sleeve now when you toss the thing.
Yeah.
There's something happened. Don't really know.
Everything's moving too fast.
What that was, but you're tossing the thing and it goes under the thing. It goes under the platform, and fuck it.
That's it.
Yep. It's in there now, and then I think I'll roll for the Star Vipers. Yeah, they're putting some rotters down. So Star Vipers sort of riding around, taking shots at the rotters and the crows. You see some of each fall to their musket barrage. Now, Vermilion's stargazing, what was it?
Vermilion stargazing scythe at your service, sir.
Mm-hmm. So you've lit up the alchemicals platform. You've seen the Kingfisher Knight come in. What do? The platform is almost gone.
Okay, so as we're sort of galloping past, the cage that's got the experimental subjects in, does it have like any form of like locking mechanism on it, presumably to stop them getting out?
Yeah, there's one sort of door to it, and you can see there's a big crude lock, basically just like around two nearby bars, a padlock.
Okay, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and use my musket, and I'm going to try and effectively shoot the lock off. So I'm thinking like if the lock comes off and the door like flies open, presumably the ones who are alive will like try and make a break for it.
Yeah, you bet. You wouldn't. That's how you think.
That's how I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a shoot roll for that.
Yeah.
Okay, risky, standard effect. So I'm going to push myself. Ugh, triple
ones. Ooh, what is this? What is this bullshit right here? I think
That sounds like he's going to get some traumatic experience of like accidentally shooting somebody who was inside the cage.
And then presumably I have that traumatic experience you were talking about afterwards, right?
There's some little kid, and then suddenly he realizes that actually it was like his neighbor's kid from back home. And he's just murdered them.
So you're taking your shot. It's just a lock, so this is some sharpshooter stuff. You need to hit the lock itself, and you take enough time, and then actually just you take the shot. However, you've kind of already started to lower your rifle. You shoot instead at some of the rotters and the crows that are swarming you, because we're now going to be desperate, because we've sort of, they're not done. You've come to realize, and now that's more of a function of the crows and presumably the doctor here. The rotters are dumb as shit on their own, but they have crows here. So the crows have actually got a working counter assault going, which means that we're going to be desperate until the situation changes, unless you want to resist that with your prowess, I think, or maybe insight even.
No, I want to resist it with my prowess. Hopefully it'll put in the +1 resistance roll. So here we go.
Yeah, I think it does. Yep. So 1 stress, as you basically shoot one of the rotters and then go on to do maneuvers, because you realize, oh, I'm about to get surrounded and ate. So
I like break off from my attempt to shoot at things. I'm having to be
it's like, oh shit. And you probably dodge one of the crows, like jumping out of the crowd of rotters. It's like flying at you, trying to take your head off with some like bladed fingers, and
I imagine I do that bit where you're holding on to like the reins, and then you have to sort of let go of it with one hand and sort of slide down as like the crow flies over the top of me.
Yep. Kingfisher. You see Vermilion Stargazing Scythe trying to escape and successfully doing so. What would have been a death very, very soon. And you have a counter assault on your hands now. What do you do?
Right. Are we close enough together to regroup?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. No one's too far off at the moment.
Right, okay. So call to regroup, and I suppose I'll take a shot at the big guy. Did you say he was headed this way yet?
Probably very slowly. Some distance away.
Okay, in which case at the nearest crow.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Kill the crows. The rotters will be less difficult to deal with once the crows are gone, so kill the crows, boys. Yeah. Flare gun. Crow face.
I'll say I've got your flare gun.
Oh, you've got my flare gun. I haven't got
You could sword them in the face.
Right, yeah, I'll sword whatever's close enough to sword then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I think, you probably lop off the head of one of the crows, put down a couple of the rotters at the same time or in succession. Yeah, John?
I was just going to say, don't forget Kingfisher, you get an XP for that because it's desperate.
Cool.
Yeah. And you fight with them, and the result of fighting is you also get hurt. So you get sliced, punched, probably someone's chewing on your boot. So that would be 2 damage, 2 corruption as you slice and dice these minions.
So
of
can
the
I use
fighter.
my last point of the reliquary to
Yes.
resist one of those corruption?
Yeah, and then if you want to, additionally, you could roll resolve.
Mm-hmm. And would that be resisting on a desperate action?
Yes, it would.
Marvelous.
Okay, so 1 stress to you, no corruption. And then 2 actual damage. I suppose you have armor to mitigate that sort of thing. If you
I
want to use
do
it.
have fine heavy armor. What does that do?
It gives you, if you want to do away with 2 damage, you can. It gives you 2 damage to mitigate.
Okay, so my armor's gone.
Yeah. So
I can't see where I track it on the sheet, so just remember it. Yeah.
There's a bit, I think, in the sort of...
It's to the right of where your harm table is. It's there's 4 little boxes. There's armor, heavy, shield, and special. So the armor and the heavy would have been ticked for you, but now you've unticked them because you've got rid of them.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you get your shin guard torn off. Your horse gets some licks in, which is not good. The horse does not have armor and does not resist. However, you're safe from the depredations for now. Makati Wilbur, your alchemicals are gone. What do? The doctor is advancing slowly on your position.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come. So I'm gonna, as I'm coming back round from it, because I went further out to get to the equipment, didn't I? So I'm gonna come back down the convoy, and I'm gonna try and hit the actual lock and cut it off with my fine heavy weapon and open the cage.
All right, sounds good. So, what is your heavy weapon like? This is a 2-hander of some kind?
It is a 2-hander, yes. Fine heavy weapon.
What is it?
I'm gonna say, he likes this cavalry, like a halberd. Is that?
That is distinctly not a cavalry weapon.
You will not be using a halberd on a horse, my friend.
Yeah. However, it's not like any of this was planned. So you can have a halberd on your horse because we're not actual cavalry. We're the remnants of a fucking band of whoever survived.
It'd probably be a double-bladed axe then, because he would use some. He's known his horses.
Are you wanting to use something like a lance?
I don't think that would work in this scenario, though. to ping off a lock.
I mean, if you want to have a big axe, you can have a big axe.
A big axe, I think. That's an undead killer.
Hold on a second. What did you say your guy was before he joined the Legion?
Rancher.
He was a rancher. Cattle rancher.
Cattle rancher.
Do you have a big shovel?
A serrated shovel.
Sharpened shovel.
Well, I was thinking, like, when they're doing like the metal work for like harnesses and stuff like that for animals, they obviously like hammer them into place. So I'm thinking maybe you've got like a big sort of like almost like blacksmith's hammer.
Yes. A big bad hammer. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try and.
I appreciate, John, your efforts to make this be more like Hammerfall.
Yeah. And we're still in a desperate situation, correct?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Well, no, because we have Vermilion resisted it. So.
Okay, risky.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay then. Let's go. No. Oh, I'm bad. I'm a bad person. I just don't want to succeed with this guy today.
I think what's going on is you smash the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes off. And I'm just going to mark that as whatever. Because people do stream out immediately. You smash the lock and raise your hammer high as you're supposed to do
For the
in
Legion.
these songs. And
I say it, hold the heathen hammer high, son.
Mm-hmm. And as you do, there's a distant and the doctor will have shot you with a fine dueling pistol.
Okay.
The doctor is in.
Yes, taking calls now.
Okay, so what's the sitch?
The sitch is you're facing 3 harm, 3 corruption, and you cannot mitigate that fully with your resistance.
No.
So we're looking at, if you resist successfully, it's going down to 2.
I do have 2 reliquaries. I don't know if that would allow me to.
Yeah, well, if you
Because being from a heritage trait, I have a reliquary as well always.
Yeah.
So I've got a spare one.
Yeah. And you got one from the quartermaster. So you have 2 reliquary. Yeah, I get. Well, you're good for corruption. That much is clear. Yeah, probably the shot like just destroys one of your reliquaries. So if you want to resist with your prowess, you're facing 3 harm.
I've got
which will be like gut shot is what that will be.
Yeah. I'll attempt to resist.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got any armor?
I've got fine armor, fine heavy, fine heavy armor.
Yeah.
So I could reduce it, but I'd still be down to 1, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Wait, did you have fine heavy armor?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's tick off your armors. I suppose you want to resist. That will mitigate it with your armor. So mark off your armor, and then you're down to 1 harm. Do you want to resist that?
I'll attempt to.
Yeah, with your prowess.
Yep. Come on. Yeah.
1 stress.
Come on.
So I guess what that means is you get your wind knocked out because the bullet that hits you destroys one of your reliquaries, blows a massive hole into your breastplate or your chain shirt that you had on, and it has enough force to like hit you in the chest, enough for the wind to get knocked out. So
I cannot do that again.
And you sort of right away like, yeah, still good.
Wagon 2 is.
And you can see the doctor like just reloading on top of the horror.
Prognosis death.
Tracking Makati as you go, wheezing your way out. Yeah, I'll roll for the Star Wipers again. Star Wipers be in trouble, so the counteroffensive is working. However, you've almost got 2 full-on platforms gone. The important bit was the people. Makati, you freed them. You almost died in the process, but you freed them, so that was the main point of the thing. And the alchemicals platform is almost all gone. Still, there's 1 unpunctured tank hanging on, and you have the alchemicals equipment platform, which is untouched as far, but there's an explosive underneath it somewhere. However, the Star Vipers being harassed, there are a couple of these more bloated corpses that have come with some rotor support that are launching a wave at them, and they can't shoot fast enough, so they're sort of trying to pull away, and it's not looking good for them. They will need help going forward. So
right, I'm aware that that's what this character's supposed to be for, But in spite of the fact that I've mostly played the heavy in this game, I feel like I'm really not getting the best use out of the skills that the heavy does. I feel like this is a bulwark sort of a situation,
Yeah,
but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, you could definitely get in there and prevent them from getting stomped.
Marvelous. Can I do that then, please?
So let's review what the bulwark does. Let me open
It works as special armor against consequences for a unit that you're defending.
Right. Okay, good. Good.
So if the units start taking damage, then potentially the Kingfish can just be like, oh, actually, no, they didn't.
So Kingfisher, if you go to the Star Vipers and you protect them, when they will get swung at, you're going to be there and you're going to be able to react and help them. So the Kingfisher gets to helping the Star Vipers. Now, Vermilion Stargazing side, you escaped being torn down from your horse and being eaten. What are you doing? You can see on the other side, because you did your dodge maneuver, you can see on the other side rotters, some crows fighting the horse folk distraction maneuver.
Okay, you said there was an explosive under the laboratory equipment.
Yes.
What I want to do is I'm going to heft the flare gun and I'm going to try and fire it so it goes underneath the wagon, and hopefully when it goes, it sets off whatever explosive there is.
Yeah.
I believe in you, Vermilion.
Right, so this is desperate now.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Yeah, this...
Hey, at least I get XP for it.
Yep.
Five.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, let's see. I think, you shoot it, and I'll mark it. So, the laboratory equipment will take, let's say, 4 for the, because it's wrecking kit, and it's an alchemical small explosive, but still.
Yeah.
So you shoot it. There's an explosion. The platform breaks in half because the explosion comes from underneath. It breaks some of the support beams. It breaks in half. Some of the equipment tilts into this newly formed canyon, and there's things breaking on board. Now the consequence is one of these bloated corpses on the other side is coming to attack you. It's a big one. Again, with the sutures, ears, and mouth and ears, just trying to punch, rake, and pull you off, which you can resist with the cunning use. You can lessen it. That I mean, from 2 corruption damage, you can resist that if you want to, but it will not mitigate the whole thing. However, you probably have some equipment to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to use my relinquery to knock it down. Actually, no. Can I roll first and then use relinquery? I'm not sure.
No, the other way around.
Okay, so I'm going to use my relinquery to knock it down to 1.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to roll to resist. I get 2 dice to resist corruption.
Yeah, this is resolve roll.
Yeah. So resolve.
I'm going to put your.
I'm hoping it'll take this into account.
Yeah, I think it has so far.
Okay, cool. And we're on.
We'll just add it in if it doesn't.
6. Oh, it didn't, but I rolled a 6 anyway. So.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're fine with the corruption. So 2 harm coming your way.
Okay.
Do you have armor?
I don't have armor. I've had to get a +1 dice against all resistance rolls.
Yep. So prowess. You can knock it down to 1 if you succeed on this.
Okay. So 3.
Yeah, 3 stress.
Okay, and that's filled me, and I've taken my trauma.
Are you gone?
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah. So what happens is the big one, it grabs you by the leg. The reliquary just turns to ash. you get pulled off. I think there's the like
my spine.
And then there's the sort of like as it steps on your neck.
No.
And the twinkle in the cat's eyes
goes out.
No. God, no. Vermilion, you had so much potential.
Now let's check that that's actually how it works, because we don't necessarily want to have him die here if he would just like be all stressed out and be unusable next time. So I'm just going to check that. Stress, rather trauma. So trauma. If you take trauma while in a perilous situation, you might need to be recovered by your squad. Okay. So instead of that retcon, so we'll reverse your neck being broken.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe it was just like my shoulder plate cracking, and I'm still sort of lying there.
And it moves on because it sees that you're not moving anywhere. So it moves on to the next target, and you're there on the ground. It's like, it hurts so much. Oh, and your horse standing by, just standing there. The rotters ignoring it completely. The big bloated corpse moves away. Makati Wilbur.
Yeah.
What is up? You cannot breathe that well yet, but you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm not favoring my I'm not favoring my weapon right now. So I'll sheathe that and I'll draw up my musket, and as I'm coming around, ready to sort of rendezvous with my teammates, I'm going to take a shot at the alchemical materials and see if I can puncture that last.
Yep.
As I can see, it's nearly done. Come on, are we in desperate in this? For me,
I think it's probably getting desperate because Vermilion is down. Kingfisher is trying to defend the rest of the squad. Okay. You almost got shot. The doctor is tracking. Yeah, probably desperate because the doctor's gonna take a shot.
Okay.
So you do it. You blow it up, and blow up it does. The alchemicals go up like an actual bomb. You've seen a few of these in your time. However, you are a Star Viper, so you've seen a lot more than others have.
I feel like from the battering I've just taken, like I'm sort of wincing a little bit as I'm raising like the rifle to take the shot. My aim is not quite right, but luckily the horse kind of jumps over a dead body and corrects me.
So bounces you up.
Yeah.
So the shot connects, and the alchemicals platform is just encased in greenish fire, and just this spreading cloud of noxious fumes and gas. It is gone. You can see some of the rotters as well, like the closest ones to the platform, just like melt enough to the point where it's just kind of like slump down because they can't move. There's no flesh anymore. And now in Kingfisher, let's see, what do the Star Vipers? And then not looking good. Going to roll for the undead. I guess you are the deciding factor here. You saved the day. You came in. You don't even need to use your bulwark. Everyone's just, you can manage everyone. You can keep the Star Vipers back enough to not do dumb stuff. And you can keep the undead far enough away that they can't get at the squad. Like, no one's getting anything. So you disarmed the situation there. Because they rolled like shit. All of them. So I guess Kingfisher, we're moving on to you then. You've seen Vermilion stargazing side go down, the alchemicals platform go up, the equipment platform almost gone. Makati shooting something.
Big boom. We're almost there.
Halfway there.
Yeah.
You better get those prayers out because your reliquaries are gone.
Okay, next step is take down the doctor and the big thing he's riding. I'm thinking throwing some oil on that would be good. However, I'm also thinking picking up that rookie who's got my flare gun would also be a good plan if I can do that without effectively abandoning the other soldiers.
You can tell everyone to regroup and just do a rescue
Regroup.
action.
We're going to go and collect the rookie.
Yeah. So
I think he's earned it.
Makati, you can hear the Kingfisher yelling to regroup.
I imagine when you pick me up, I'll be like, shoot the lab equipment.
I'm on it. I'll head towards Vermilion. If I can shoot at the lab equipment, I will. If I've got it.
So the first thing is to disentangle from the counter assault, which you've been keeping away, Kingfisher. So I think probably like a maneuver would be good here. We could skirmish if you want to lead a skirmish action. We can do that. Both of those sound good to me, but it's up to you entirely what you do. Like if you want to pull off some crazy shit.
They're the same dice roll for me. So what I want to achieve is getting away from what we're currently fighting without hurting ourselves and picking up him as quickly as possible.
Yep.
If I was looking to kill as many on the way and not worry about the time of it, then I'd go for skirmish, but it sounds like it's a maneuver.
Yeah, maneuver sounds great. Yep. And you get the +1 from the horses.
Cool.
And Makati, you're going with, but you can do your own thing afterwards.
Yeah, sure. I'm following the command.
Yeah.
The Kingfisher.
Right. So
I saw the 2 ones first. I was just like,
this is and I suggested a group action. Is that
Can
okay?
we still spend stress in this system for extra dice?
Yeah.
I know I can't do it now. I need to do it before, but
Yeah, you can do 2 stress for 1 extra die. However, I suggested group action. Now, do you want to go with? We can roll for the squad and Makati as well, which would help with the results potentially.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Makati, give us a maneuver.
I will maneuver.
And I'll roll for the. Yeah, we're into desperate territory now.
You get XP for a group roll as well.
It's a roll, so.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Okay. I would get a bonus die because of the horse. Right. Okay. Boom.
The fucking Star Vipers phoning it in. However, you rolled a 6, so
yay, Makati!
We go with the 6. However, Kingfisher, you take 1 stress on account of the Star Vipers needing help to disentangle. However, that was a good roll. So we get to Vermilion Stargazing side. Kingfisher, you pull Vermilion up onto your horse, I guess. Yeah, Vermilion. It's a world of pain.
Yeah.
But you're still
out of
here
it now until we get back.
Yeah. He's out for the moment. Like he not unconscious, but out of the action. Makati, do you want to take a shot at what you were instructed to?
Yeah.
Or there's the only one platform left, and the horror and the doctor. If you want to go fight those with your fists, or I don't know what you want to do. You're crazy, man.
I'm going to try and complete the primary objective first, which is the stray there thing. I'll shoot. I'm just going to take. Are we still in desperate for the shoot as well?
Yeah, we're. It's yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, baby. Yeah.
Okay. So you're shooting. You're just shooting at the thing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to blow what looks to be like important vials up. Something looks sensitive.
Yeah. So you're just peppering with it with shots.
It's got the fragile kind of warning on it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the big corpse has honed in on you. The one that broke Vermilion's collarbone.
Oh no! no.
Yeah, it's backed up by some rudders. It's coming at you. So
Same deal, basically. Their MO is trying to pull you off and then eat you or smash
Eat
you.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 damage, 2 corruption coming your way
Okay.
as a result of that.
I can't resist the corruption without.
You can.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
Can't.
resolve
Yeah, sorry, yeah, with resolve.
if you want to. Now, I will highlight that there's a lot of corruption comparatively that you can absorb. There's not a lot of trauma you can absorb.
I'm gonna take the corruption. I'm just gonna take it because
Mhm.
my
Yeah,
catty
2
can.
corruption.
My catty can take it. The damage I am gonna resist with prowess.
Yep.
I get an extra dice. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna let's do it. Yeah.
No stress.
Doesn't even break a sweat. Right, so you break
A bunch of the vials, and you're putting holes in like metal containers and equipment, which will not help them going forward. That everything's bullet riddled. It's almost broken. 2 more ticks for the laboratory equipment. Kingfisher Knight, you have Vermilion Stargazing Scythe, the Star Vipers behind you, peppering all around with shots. You think half of the rotters and the crows have died. None of the big bloaty corpses have, and of course we have the horror and the doctor as well.
Okay,
What
are
do you
we in a place where we can back up a little bit and
Yes.
get Vermilion onto somebody else's horse?
Yes,
you could hand Vermilion off to one of the Vipers.
And make sure that Makati is with us because I can see he's quite getting into the fray.
I assume you're taking that flare gun off me while you like pass me over, yeah?
And retrieve my flare gun.
Yeah.
Okay, my next plan is to go charge that big thing, chuck some oil on it, and shoot it with my flare gun.
Right, the horror.
I want you guys to keep together, protect each other, and kill as many of the other undead as you can. Especially the crows. Got it?
Aye, aye.
Include-
The Star Vipers chorus
Yeah.
as the muskets continue to fire.
Excellent. I have no chance of using it, so I'm going to give the 3 uses of black shot that I have to whoever's here. I'm assuming in game terms it'll only actually affect Wilbur.
I'm willing to have it be a factor if you hand it off to the Vipers and be like, "Hey guys, like
Okay.
you need this."
Wilbur, you've got a use of it, and then 2 more uses to the other guys.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no point giving it to Stargazer because he's unconscious or he's
Mhm.
freaking out or whatever it is he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stargazer, your only mission for the rest of the mission is to stay alive. Do not join the forces of the undead. I will kill you.
Yeah, you're getting orders. All right, so Kingfisher, give us a roll. So you charge the horror, the tower of torsos and hands, which kind of have 2 leg appendages formed out of said torsos and hands, and the doctor on top. So
I think we're going skirmish here.
Yeah, that sounds.
As I say, I'm throwing a bottle of oil in, shooting it with my flare gun, and running away as fast as my horse will run.
Yeah, sounds good.
And I'm going to spend some stress for an extra dice because I finally remembered to do so.
Yeah, you do it.
I should read right to left because that was nerve-wracking. I was like, oh, bad. Oh, thank God.
So I've put down the horror clock because the horror is one of these big ones that have their own clocks. So yeah, you light the horror on fire with your oil and flare shenanigans, and you get away as well. It was a successful hit and run. You're feeling great about that, and there's no noise at all because the horror doesn't have heads. So there's no.
Makati, are you sharpshooter?
I'm more of a face-to-face kind of guy, but I can shoot. I'm a pretty good shot.
Okay, I want you to try and shoot the doctor with some black shot, please.
If you wish me to do so, but the laboratory equipment is still. It's not fully. It seems to be not
Yeah,
completely
to
destroyed.
be honest, whatever's left of that, if we can take out the rest of the undead, we can retrieve. It doesn't matter that much. I'd rather take out the guy that's going to open the lab than worry about like how many test tubes he's got. Yeah.
Okay, I will attempt to shoot the doctor.
Okay, give us a roll.
With the black shot. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works. The doctor is in fact undead.
Yeah. Is it a desperate roll? Just to confirm.
Yeah. Now that the horror is on fire, it's charging y'all. So
Okay.
with the doctor in tow.
Okay. Come on. Oh God.
Right. So yeah, you do it, and you have potency. Yeah. So the horror is on fire. You shoot it with the black shot. Where it hits it, another fire starts.
I think it was the doctor I was firing at.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wow. Just
I was
completely.
following the instruction of the.
Yeah. Sorry. Boop. Let me get the doctor here. Let me call in the doctor. So let's tally this up. So the doctor is threat 3. Now, what is your gun? What are you
Unfortunately,
shooting?
it's just a musket.
Musket.
Yeah.
So threat 1, threat 3. You're doing fuck all. Black shot, you've got potency against the doctor. You would be doing limited effect to it. Is there anything else? Do you have any special abilities?
Not really. No, unfortunately, no.
Okay, yeah. So you wing the doctor. There's I think you probably shoot it in like this, literally the side, and the black leather coat is torn open, and there's a small smoldering sort of line across the doctor's side where the black shot hit it. Yeah, so filled in one thing for the doctor. Yeah, the doctor is bad news.
That's a lot of segments.
Yep, the doctor is the doctor is infamous, which they have only a limited. Like, this is an important guy. They can't replace these guys. So if the doctor goes down, there will not be another doctor coming up. So important guy, hence he's a bit of a tough one. So, but he can be killed. Like, all of them can, but
we might have to consider just legging it in a second if you can destroy the
So-
lab equipment and get out.
so you shoot the doctor. It sets like his rib, one of his ribs, on fire, and immediately starts tracking you again and shoots you with the dueling pistol. So 3 corruption, 3 harm
Oh, okay.
as the consequence of your thing here.
Okay. And I can't. I have to roll for the resist. There's no other way.
Yeah, if you want to resist them, you can.
Oh God.
Corruption you can probably afford to take.
I'll take the corruption.
Yep.
I'm going to resist the damage
Mhm.
with prowess. I'm going to spend my grit to
Yep.
give me 2 extra dice.
Fucking roll. Soldiers are great for this
Yeah.
grit thing because you can take some licks
Yeah.
and still come out the
I
other
hope
side.
so. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank God.
1 stress, 6 dice. Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
that's a tough
Mm,
dude.
I
Yeah.
can
So
only do that once, though.
yeah. So, and we didn't talk about it, but you knock it down. Do you have armor left?
I don't think so. No.
Shield? Probably not because you have a 2-hander. 2 harm.
Okay.
Like cracked ribs as it the doctor shoots you into ribs.
Yep.
The doctor is going for center mass successfully. Yeah. So again, the doctor starts reloading the pistol that it's using. Good. We are.
Taking a hit like that, Kingfisher.
I'm gonna
I was
I'm gonna
barely
roll
able to
for
take that one.
I'm gonna roll for the doofuses, the
Star
Star
Vipers,
Vipers.
please.
Yeah.
Please do
I'm
something
rolling
good.
unconventionally. I'm rolling a couple of extra dice because they have some black shot and they have the horses to maneuver around. So their mission was to
Forward's coming
shoot
our way.
the crows. Yeah. They managed to get one of these rolls. So yeah, the Star Vipers shoot down the rest of the crows. Some of the remaining rotters remarkably more disorganized immediately. They, as from your experience, they kind of turn feral, like they become sort of simple and animalistic if there is no crows around. Some of them don't, though, and those are the ones closer to the big bloated corpses, of which there are, I think. Let me just give us a roll here. Let's see how many of them still stand. Oh, 6. None of them have died yet. So they appear to have a little bit of a same kind of effect, but not as much. The crows are the main thing, but the big bloaty guys help. So the rotter is basically gone for now. There's not enough of them and not enough cohesion to make a threat. So the rotter's gone, crows gone. 6 bloated corpses, assisted with some by some rotters, still on the board.
We're on the precipice
Or
of
on fire. The doctor kind of annoyed. Kingfisher, what's up?
Okay, boys. Maneuver away from the bloated corpses. We can mop them up later. We need to concentrate fire on the horror and the doctor.
Okay. They will do that. They will do a sort of, I forget what it's called, but you basically ride around your target and shoot them. They're going to try and do that.
Harrying, I think.
Yeah. So Kingfisher, what do you do? You can see Makati getting shot
I
after
want
having
the
shot
doctor concentrating on me and not my men.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go in again. I've got 1 jar of oil left. And I believe 1 flare left. You used 2, didn't you, love? Yeah. So, yeah, same as last time, I think.
Okay, tossing the oil at the doctor.
Only if I spend 2 stress, I'll get a trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yeah.
worth the risk to not do? I don't think it is.
This isn't going to be potent against the doctor because it's not black shot.
No, I'm not going for the doctor. I'm going for doing as much damage to the horror as
Yeah, the
possible,
horror.
so
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not got that thing to ride around on top of.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend the stress on it, and I'm going to be obsessed, unless anyone has any objection.
There's Vermilion is using Morse code by way of squeezing someone's hand to signal a message in the chat.
I thought Vermilion was unconscious.
Yeah, that's my
I
way of
thought the
saying
Kingfisher was in charge of this mission.
It was very specifically said that I wasn't unconscious, that I'd just got a crushed collarbone. I think you'll find. Since I'm the only one who seems to be remembering the original mission, I thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, that is fair.
I can take care of it. Hopefully,
Yeah,
the doctor
go for
will
it,
acknowledge.
McCarthy.
It's still good. Still
good. I looked at my grate and was like, I need to save that for a do or die situation, and there it was.
Yeah, that was
But I want to take the big guy down. Yeah, fair call, John. Yeah, concentrate fire on the last of that lab equipment and let's get out of here.
Right, and I think Kingfisher, you can do that as well. Like if you want to go in with I don't know, you could probably like ride by and like take a swing with your sword.
Yeah, go for it. I'll ride by and I'll shoot the flare underneath. There's that's right, isn't it? There's a bomb underneath there.
The bomb went off already, but
still flag on the rest of it though.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'll do that then. Yeah. Skirmish again.
Yeah, so you're going in with the you're literally beating the thing.
Yeah.
All right. Here, give us a roll. Yeah, you do it. The Kingfisher Knight destroys the lab equipment. Literally, quite literally. Probably there's a... Did you bring a shield? Because I think the shield is probably your main instrument in this. Like, riding by and just leaning over and just, like, smashing with the shield. Just breaking things.
How we can leave.
Yeah. So the lab equipment is destroyed. The alchemical platform in green flames. The experiment subjects trampled to death, some of them being eaten by rotters, some of them running to the hills, who knows even. However, they're not going to be subjects anymore. The horror on fire, the doctor preparing to take the last shot at Makati Wilbur.
Oh no.
What do we do now that as Vermilion Stargazing side has wheezed out the main mission objectives?
If Makati's does the Kingfisher Knight still have any of his special shares?
Yeah.
So at least you could use that to like help defend Makati if you needed to, because he's part of your group. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can do that, then of course I will.
Yeah, it's
why would I not? I've got 2 uses of it left, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see if that becomes necessary as you leave, I guess. Do you leave? Because if you do...
Only if the Kingfisher says so, because they're in command.
Yeah, if the Kingfisher signals that we're leaving...
I can't. I
still kind of want to take the doctor down. But I didn't take the trauma and become obsessed. So, okay, let's move.
Right. So the Kingfisher signals for a disentanglement. And the horse folk, let's see how they do.
Oh, dear. Okay.
They've taken some losses. Half of them will come home. They will leave with you. Now, give us a group roll, guys.
Oh dear.
To depart the disaster that is the convoy now. There's corpses everywhere, gas, fire now, smoke.
Yep.
So we maneuver with an extremely good roll from Kingfisher Knight.
I'm going to tank this in a second. Because I'm at -1 effect, so I'd only have 1 dice.
Does it matter once I've got a crate?
It matters in whether or not you take stress or not, Kingfisher.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makati,
so
get a maneuver going.
Is this risky for?
I think we're desperate now. Still,
Okay.
if only because the doctor and the horror, if they both go at you, it's gonna be a bad time.
Will it take into account that I've got a harm? I don't know if it will.
Or how many do you have in
Just
maneuver?
one. Just one level 2.
One level 2? What?
Yeah, one level 2 harm. The cracked ribs.
No, I mean maneuver. How much maneuver?
Oh, sorry, one normally, but I get a +1 from the
plus one.
horses.
Yeah, so the first roll, the first number is going to count. So
that's right. So I think I just won't add the bonus one. That should do it. Okay.
So Kingfisher, 1 stress on account of Makati needing help because you're there with your shield, providing shelter as the doctor takes a series of dead eye shots that would have killed Makati like 3 times.
Yeah.
As the
torso hand monstrosity strides after you for a little bit, but you leave it in the dust
as you depart the killing fields, leaving behind 1 horse and half the horse folk help that you had, and you ride back home, such as it is, to Sunstrider Camp.
Yes.
We did it, guys.
We'll get that horror. We'll get him.
Yeah, and the doctor will remember this. Good.
Is that a reference to a Telltale game?
Yes.
The doctor's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, aren't you that guy I shot several times before?"
Yeah.
Didn't I shoot you in the plains?
No.
I thought I'd killed you already.
Marshall.
Yes.
Would you please roll for the corpse glade mission?
Sure.
Now, the engagement for that one. Who did you send there? Oh,
I sent Rain Deadeye
yeah.
and the thingy guys.
Yeah. Is Rain wounded?
The silver stags. No, I believe Rain is. Oh, let's just double check. I don't think he is. If he does, it'll be a level 1, but I'll double check. Come on, Rain, where are you? Sniper. He has a level 1 harm. He knows the penalties, but I don't think that counts for this roll.
It does, because it's a wound.
Yeah.
I mean the wound counts for this. So again, Quartermaster, do you want to give the secondary mission some black shot? Okay. So with that, we have 1 die.
Okay.
The Quartermaster saved the mission because otherwise we would have been rolling with 0 dice, and that is a bad time. So, Marshall, 1 die fortune roll for the Corpse Glade mission.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, they got it. So you can choose. You can fail the mission and all troops return unharmed, or you can succeed, 2 squad members die, and all specialists take level 2 harm. So 2 dead rookies, level 2 harm for Deadeye, and success.
Succeed.
Yeah, we're gonna succeed.
Yep. Cool. So choose the dead.
Yeah, well, I will. I've selected which is going to be on the thing. I'll just name them in a second.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. Just make sure that 2 people die. And let's go over the XP at this point, because I'm interested in, does Vermilion get enough XP to become a soldier? Because if you do, I'm going to say you can pick the survivor thing, which gives you another trauma box.
I don't think I'm going to get enough to go up, to be honest. So let me have a look.
We face a level 3 threat, though, I think, so that might.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, the doctor is level
2. Yeah, I've just got enough to go up.
Yeah. So if you pick Is it the possibility that they?
There's a not a rookie anymore thing.
Yeah, because you become a soldier immediately, and then you take.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing! When you click on it, it gives you like a promotion button.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Makes it
boy,
all good.
promote him.
Yeah. So.
I've automatically got an extra trauma because of being a soldier.
Oh yeah, well then, as well, and you can pick your.
Douche. Oh, I've already done that. I'm cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. Those people in the cage.
Okay, yeah. So everyone tally up your XP.
1 special ability and 1 rank of grit.
Okay. So Rain's banged up, but he's alive.
Yeah, and Rain gets 2 XP.
Yeah, I've marked that on there now. I've just yeah. They all need help.
Oh, what do you reckon, guys? I'm thinking of for the special ability for Vermilion, given how much things I blow up, I'm thinking of selecting Grenadier for him.
Yeah, it sounds like like demolition man.
You can always bring a grenade with you for 1 load or explosive charges as part of your light load.
Yeah, which is a thing that no one else can do.
Boom, he's a Grenadier.
And it fits with the Star Vipers getting like alchemical weird shit.
Yep.
So the Kingfisher Knight's going up 1 prowess. Do we give him wreck, maneuver, or shoot?
Maneuver, I think, is very nice.
Yeah.
It's certainly the one I've used the most.
I would say it seems the
Any
most appropriate.
objections?
No, go for it.
I have no objections. Give him that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, easy. And what was the highest threat? We was at 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3. The Doctor.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. That's good. Yes. Yes.
Oh, now it's good that the Doctor was there.
No, it's just enough to get him an upgrade, and I'm going to give him more grit because grit is awesome.
It does look pretty sweet, to be honest.
Grit is great.
Yeah, because you can pull off some crazy stuff and then just come out the other side.
Yeah, and then I'll up this maneuver as the other one because the horse thing synergizes really well with that. Yeah. But by default, you can't go beyond level 3 in a skill, can you? You have to take the...
Yeah, you have to have something else to give you the extra 4th thing.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, he's hella banged up, though.
Right, so we get plus... Was it +7 morale from the 2 missions?
Yeah.
We got 2 deaths, though.
Yeah, so tally that up.
So
I was going to say minus the dead.
So it's +5 then.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's alright.
So what's the morale?
1, 8.
With that amount of morale, does that mean that we get some actions that would allow us to go and retrieve supplies?
Yes,
2
we
actions.
That's very, very good.
So we get back to camp. Everyone comes back. We succeeded. It was the silver stags you sent into the forest?
I did indeed.
So they come back with stories of they found a clearing around which the trees were sort of burnt black, and there were corpses impaled on those trees, much like you saw on your exploratory jaunt at the Western Front. And they found a circle of menhir stones onto which people that refugees that they had abducted were chained, sort of malnourished, left there into the forest. There were some apparently sacrificial altars, a lot of blood. People aren't really happy about talking about what happened in the forest, but you sort of pick up the fact that they didn't really fight the undead at all in the forest. That's sort of because you come back with stories of glory in struggle against the dead. They come back with sort of long faces and sort of uncomfortable silence.
Great success.
Yeah. But they destroyed the site, whatever that was. And back at camp, I think we have, it's going to be Vermilion, stargazing side, like setting off munitions as if they were fireworks in celebration of the thing that we all succeeded in right now. So Vermilion's setting things off. How's the quartermaster reacting to this blatant expenditure of munitions?
Look at the effect it's having on morale.
Entirely unimpressed, but yeah, due to the effect on morale,
That's I've stuck a bit
I'll
of
let 'em
Prodigy
off.
on in the
It's not like
background.
they're going to eat tonight. They might as well look at some pretty lights. Yeah, I'll let him let 3 or 4 off, and then I'll say thanks, mate. Glad to see you brought some ammo back with you. We'll need it.
Good. And then let me get my sketch structure here again. So yeah, bookkeeping, we tallied up our rewards and stuff. Campaign phase. So commander, please advance the time and pressure by 1. And quartermaster, food is consumed. I think we don't have any. You're muted.
I think I said what?
We've got 1 use left.
Okay, so we're good. So we eat the last of our food. And then we move on to campaign actions. And I'm delighted to tell you that you have 2 campaign actions that you can do, quartermaster.
I'm guessing one's probably
I think we're
healing
requiring
and
some
resting.
assets.
Yeah, I think we're probably looking for food.
I would suggest
are battered.
look for food and rest and recuperate.
That would look to be the 2 that would be the most suited, assuming that the commander's happy for us to do so.
Make it so.
Yeah,
Okay.
done.
So
Are you going to boost them? Because not think
no,
you
we
can.
don't have boost juice. That's
No boost
long
juice.
gone. No.
Okay.
So what am I rolling?
Yeah, I'm looking the thing up. Here we go. So we're looking for acquiring assets then. So you send someone, one of our specialists, to get us some stuff, food. And we're rolling the assets rating, which is 1 die, to see how we do.
I can't remember the code for it. How do I roll it?
Just do a fortune roll.
R. Yeah, you can plus the fortune roll on your sheet as well. Okay, give us a new roll. I don't know why if you put in 1, I don't know why it rolled with 0. Okay, so yeah, you get 1 thing of food with the pips. So
Let's hope we
that's-
can get some of the men rested. Maybe a bit of healing.
Yeah.
Guys.
Okay, so rest and recuperation, which means that every legionnaire may tick any harm row now. So you can put 1 tick on your whatever row of harm you have.
Okay.
And if the tick boxes are full, then that harm is gone.
Are you going to go through and rattle all them off, Matthew, or do you want to do the specialists and I'll do the soldiers or whatever?
I'll do the mates, alright.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
You know we have that special thing for the medic. Is that only if they're actually played? No, the thing that lets you
let's
actually
look
use
at the thing.
unspent thingies. Because that would be amazing if you could use it.
Field
Like,
dressing. Yeah, I guess no, because at the end of a mission, yeah, you may expend. There is no medic. That is you.
Yeah, it wasn't on a mission. So.
Yeah. He needs to be on the field to dress it. Okay, so everyone's starting to heal a little bit. And then, Commander, are you going through with your plan?
We strike out for Westlake at first light.
We advance. So, Commander, what is the pressure?
3.
Quartermaster, we have 3 pressure. You can spend pips of your horses to reduce pressure 1 per pip. We have 3.
Okay, we have 4 horses left. I want to keep some because we need some for other stuff. So let's use, what, 1 or 2? You want to use 2, Commander? Okay.
Okay, so Commander, fortune roll with 1 die
Okay.
to see how much time advances.
Let's see what we do. 6.
Oof.
Sonic ass.
We're getting shit on. So, Commander, that is 3 time.
Okay, so with 3 segments off the second clock being full.
And we arrive at Westlake, which I will quickly read the thing of, and then we will end it there for today, because it's getting long. Okay, so we ride through the plains, having been bidden farewell by the horse lady Saga, who will continue her guerrilla war on the plains. So the description goes, though Carlsberg, on the west shore of the Diaries River, was the Aldermark capital, Westlake may be its proudest city, the seat of the Church of the Twins, the gods of the Aldermark. It has prospered for years by channeling trade from the coast up the river and west into Aldermark proper. Its massive walls are 50 handbreadths high and decorated with the red and gold colors of the city. Westlake has yet to fall to the undead horde. In the initial push, the undead stopped here. Before the Cinder King arrived in person to bring down the walls himself, the Eastern Kingdom's reinforcements, with their newly invented Blackshot, drove the undead forces back over the Tigeria to regroup. Now, as the undead forces march east again, the city considers itself an untouchable bastion. Before the gates is a tent city of refugees seeking the shelter of the walls, but stymied by the protocols of the council that the council has put in place. Curfew is strictly maintained, and entry and egress from the city is tightly controlled, with many aspects of the population's lives regimented in preparation for the oncoming siege. So we arrive in the tent city because they will not let us into Westlake. We are outside of the city itself. And that's where we end. So thanks for playing. It was a little bit of a cavalry action this time, turns out.
We made it.
Yeah.
Quality game. Thanks for running it again.
As always, thanks, mate. That was great.
Thanks for playing.
It's been a while since I've been looking at rolls with a sense of tension. Just oh god.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I think I might cut it here. John,
Excellent. Yeah, I'll stop the recording.